Hi guys, Trevor Swenson with Through the Darkness, my journey with PTSD and trauma and stressor-related disorder. I want to remind you to click and subscribe, hit the notification bell for upcoming episodes. One of the things that is unique about my channel and what I'm doing and what I'm passionate about is I want to share a real-time view or experience with the battle of PTSD. I want to talk about things that are bothering me or affecting me at the given moment so I'm able to articulate them as somebody that is not only been there and done that, but most likely is there at the moment. And today's topic is exactly that, and that is loss of interest. One of the most devastating things that can happen in a battle with PTSD is the overall loss of interest in things that used to make you incredibly happy or that you used to look forward to or that you were passionate about. I was asked a week or two ago by a therapist if I could name one thing that would make me excited that I'm looking forward to, or that if I could do anything with anybody, what would it be? And my straight-faced answer was, there literally isn't anything in this season with my battle with PTSD. There's nothing. I have a hard time getting out of the house. I have a hard time doing everyday things. And so those things are few and far between. Today is a very good example of that, and I wanted to share it because I'm in the middle of it right now, and I want to share two sides of it. Today is the first day of some time off with my wife and her family, which is very dear to me, who are all very dear to me, who are all very safe people. We're at a wonderful place to spend time as a family, normally a place that I would just be breaking the speed limit to get to. And while getting in the truck, I looked at my wife and I said, I'm doing this only because I know that if I don't, it's going to reinforce bad habits and it's going to reinforce the ugly parts of PTSD. I need to do this. And that's what I want to challenge you with, that if you're feeling the loss of interest in the things that you used to be passionate about because of trauma or a traumatic event or PTSD, or you know somebody who's walking through something like I'm walking through, I want you to be compassionate, I want you to be gentle, and I want you to be understanding. It's going to take time, and it's accepting the fact that it's going to take time to heal. And the way that I understand it is my sympathetic system, which is responsible for the fight or flight reaction in my brain, was under pressure and activated for so long and stimulated for so long that now that I'm out of the bad situation and I'm out of the war zone, that once you release it, I picture a squishy ball that has been deformed, flattened, crushed in, and once you let go of it, there's a lot of work and a lot of time that takes place for it to return to functioning as a nice, perfectly round ball. And unfortunately, all of those adjustments and all of those movements to find normal again, for my brain to recalibrate, they're unbelievably uncomfortable and demoralizing. But I'm challenging you to step out and to take courage and to continue to do those things that are safe, that will do nothing but reinforce your inner will and your strength and send the signals to your brain that life is safe in particular areas. There are safe people. There are lions around you. There is a good God that is for you. There is a God that wants you to live an abundant life and to enjoy it to its fullest. We that struggle with PTSD just have to go through a few extra seasons of struggle and of battle. I'll give you a really good example of what has happened to my adrenal system, my sympathetic system, the fight or flight system. I was on a four-wheeler the other night, and I was riding down a trail, and I looked off to my left, and there was a 300 or 400 pound bear sitting right on the side of the trail. And instead of panicking, I stopped. And as I stopped, I looked off to the right in the woods, and there was a cub. Normally, that scenario, full-grown sow, female bear, and at least one cub, would have sent me or anybody else that was functioning at a normal level into immediate fight or flight. And I had the wherewithal to recognize that nothing happened with me. That because my adrenaline system, because my sympathetic system has been damaged, I didn't experience the fight or flight that I normally should have. Yet there are things in my life today that are very much triggers that send me into a fight or flight mode. And so just to show you how complex it is, it's a very complex process to walk through, but I wanted to talk about loss of interest because to me it's been the most devastating part of the recovery from PTSD. It's very hurtful to walk through life at my stage in the physical health that I'm in, and the family and the protection and the safe places that I have to be unable to feel passion and interest in things anymore. And I just want to open people's eyes to people that are going through PTSD, that if you do recognize something that does trip somebody's trigger for the positive and they're struggling with trauma or PTSD, take that ball and run with it, because it is the beginning of the healing process. And I also have come to realize that going through all of these awkward stages of PTSD also are part of the healing process, because as your sympathetic system begins to take shape again, all of those ugly feelings and all of those ugly emotions and all of those ugly times of struggle are actually, as I've read, a show of your body wanting badly to heal, recalibrate, and find normal again. And so I've switched how I look at opportunities like today to be sitting in front of you when I should have been sitting at home being miserable and rotting away, is what I told my wife. But I'm not going to allow that to happen, and I'm going to challenge you to not allow that to happen either. Understand that your brain is recalibrating, that it's trying to find normal, and with that, like I can tell you, there is a lot of pain and there's a lot of frustrating situations, like not having that desire to go fishing, not having that desire to sit in a bow stand, or not having that desire to get out in the field and do farm work, or to make firewood, things that I love doing so much. I have to force myself to do them now. And that's what I want you to take from the loss of interest part of this, is that if it's a safe activity, force yourself, like I'm forcing myself, with gradual exposure to those safe things that you know are healthy and are going to be therapeutic when you cross that boundary of, I don't feel like doing this. I sit here tonight with a beautiful sunset off to my right, and it would have been just as easy for me to, as I have in the past, skipped family holidays, skipped things that meant a lot to me with friends, skipped deer camps, skipped all of these other things because I was feeling so terrible and there was such a lack of interest and drive. I'm reminded of one thing as I close. I've been very open about my faith, and I'm going to continue to challenge you. And I'm just going to speak about my own faith. But in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 11, it challenges us to live a quiet life, mind our own business, and work with our hands. And I believe that the Bible is the infallible Word of God, and I believe that that phrase and that verse rings so true to what my therapy is going to look like, what my recovery and what my healing is going to look like. I'm going to be completely satisfied living a quiet life, minding my own business, and I'm going to work with my hands, and I'm going to help people just like you, just like me, that are in a tough spot right now, with the full expectation and hope that you will find healing and a deep relationship with your Creator who is chasing after you right now. This is Trevor Swenson with Through the Darkness. I ask you to subscribe, hit the notification bell. I can't wait to talk with you next time about another topic. Thank you very much for being with me. I'll see you later.